If you're a nutrition or fitness coach who is struggling to get new clients, this video is for you. Let's start with some mind-boggling statistics about our industry. The US wellness market continues to boom and is currently valued at $450 billion annually and has been growing at a steady rate of 5% per year. Not only that, but millennials and Gen Zers are way more likely to spend money on products or services that have personalization, which is great news if you're a coach offering one-on-one coaching like fitness and nutrition. But here's the bad news. It may feel like a really crowded market. So how do you differentiate yourself and stand out, especially if you're trying to get new clients and you're just starting out? Trust me, I've been there. My name's Jen Broxterman. I'm a registered dietitian, and in today's video, I want to share my top 5 strategies that I still use to this day for how I would get 20 new clients in 30 days, even if I was starting from zero. Let's go dive in. Before we dive in, I want to give you a free gift. I put a little QR code up on the screen. Don't worry, I've linked it in the description box down below. And to go along with the 5 effective strategies we're going to talk about today, I've given you 5 completely free swipe files. So things like marketing posters, email scripts, templates that you can use that we're going to cover to go get more nutrition clients right out of the gates. So I want to begin with a really kind of silly question, but it's an important one. Your toilet just broke. After you've cleaned up the mess, what's your next move to get it fixed? So think about that for a second. What are you doing to get your toilet fixed? Now, if I had a crystal ball and I was a bit of a mind reader, I'm going to guess 2 most likely responses that popped into your head. 1, you might get on the phone, text someone, call someone, go online and go, hey, does someone I know a good plumber? Does anyone know someone good locally who can help me with this? Or you might just hop on your computer, hop on your phone, open a Google search tab and basically search plumber, insert your city. Am I right? Is my crystal ball prediction correct? That's really important because that's going to give you some insight to how customers shop for services. So in our 5 most effective strategies, I want to start with something called the 80-20 analysis. You've probably heard of this before, but as a quick recap, the 80-20 analysis is what 20% of your efforts, what 20% of all the things you're working on drive 80% of your traffic, your new client inquiries. So, for example, with the plumber incident, you probably wouldn't go on TikTok to look for dancing plumbers advertising their services. Right? I'm gonna guess that's probably not how you're searching for your plumber. But if you think about 80-20, you're maybe asking for a word of mouth recommendation, you're searching on Google, you would listen to friends and family that you trust. You may look at a business's website, might go on their Instagram profile, scope them out a little bit. When you think about the best 20% of the clients that have come to you, the ones that are great to work with, pay on time, are just so much fun that you get to coach, backtrack, how did they find you? Make that list right now. That is a super important list, and that's strategy number 1. Now, coaches all over the world have different acquisition methods, but there's a few really common ones. And so today we're going to especially focus on the word of mouth and the Google strategy. So that leads us to powerful tip number 2. This is what I call relationship super connectors. What is that? It is one person that then has a network of ideal customers or ideal clients that you can get access to through the gatekeeper. Let me give you some examples. Doctors would be a relationship super connector. Sports teams coaches with access to the parents, the athletes. If you say wanted to target teachers as a nutrition or fitness client, a principal, an HR rep, a health and wellness committee member would be a super connector. Small business owners might be interested in, services around fitness and nutrition to keep their staff healthy. Local physiotherapists, chiropractors, massage therapists who are working with active clients who are into wellness and taking care of their body. So I think about the relationship super connectors a little bit like drilling for oil. You're going to have to make lots of relationship deposits and connect with people in your local community. We like to work with people that we already have a relationship with. So I want you to make a list of some of those relationship super connectors in your community. And then the advice with reaching out to them is a one-time effort, long-term payout. Build an amazing one-time presentation. So I'm a nutrition coach. I built a little presentation on veggies and protein and mindset and being, prepared to make the healthy choice the easy choice. Once I mastered that one presentation, I could go give it in the community over and over. But I want to drop one more little nugget of gold that really changed things for me with this presentation. I learned that after I got in front of a crowd, which was me basically wowing one to many, I needed some kind of a CTA, which is a call to action, to invite them to come work with me. So I used to leave just a little handout with my contact info, on the sheet along with like notes on the presentation. But what I started to do is I would leave a little gift certificate in the amount of $50. Now my packages at the time were $250, $350, $500. So it definitely didn't give them my services for free. But with that $50 gift card, it allowed them to reach out and start to work with me and get a little bit of money off the package. Now, key tip, you want about a 3-month expiry date on the gift certificate because that creates some urgency that they need to go and use it. So meet a super connector, deliver an amazing presentation in front of their audience, leave your contact information as a call to action, along with a little gift card or gift certificate. Again, you can just make them up on a piece of paper. And if you want to use the QR code that we shared earlier, we have a template totally done for you for the gift certificate method that is super effective with these super relationship connectors. So playing off strategy number 2 about the relationship super connectors is strategy 3, location super connectors. So we think about people dialing into their networks. Locations are actually dialed into networks. Let me give you a few examples. They might go to a doctor for an appointment. They might go to a sports or a physiotherapist or chiropractor or naturopathic doctor to get wellness care. So what I did with this location super connector idea is something really old school. No one thinks to do this. It is shockingly effective. What I did is I made super simple posters that had little tearaways at the bottom with my contact info. So what you want to do is keep it really bold and clear. Mine just says nutrition counseling because that's what I do. Maybe you're in fitness, it might just say personal training, for example. I made it super clear and bold. And then at the bottom, I just have these little tearaway tabs that have my name, my website, my email, my phone number. And when people are sitting in the doctor's office waiting for the doctor to come in, it's taped right there on the wall, of course, with that facility's permission. And I have so many people who tear those little tabs away, go on my website, or they call me, or they email me. And that's a huge way that people find me. There's that QR code again, or again, linked in the description box down below. Go grab the template. It's completely editable. So go put your info in and then just think about all the location super connectors in your community that your ideal clients hang out. And this will work on your behalf, even if you're not there. Number 4, Google reviews. Back to our plumber example. If you were trying to find someone to help you with an unmet need, AKA a broken toilet, often who we're going to trust is Google. Because what Google does is it starts to collect data of your local area and also brings in what we refer to as social proof, also known as Google reviews. I don't know about you, but I definitely look at Google reviews, Amazon reviews, reviews online when I'm making a buying decision. And essentially, I'm looking for businesses, products, and services that have a large number of Google reviews attached to them. That tells me, humans think in crowd mentality. People like me got value working with someone like them. So for coaches, whether you're brick and mortar or online, Google reviews are everything. They absolutely make your website's SEO rise. And I have so many prospective clients that check me out ahead of time via our Google reviews section. But this doesn't happen on accident. It actually took some courage to ask current clients that were having, of course, a very positive experience working with me to remind them to leave a Google review. You just have to have the courage to go up and ask your current clients and then make it really easy on them. So one of the resources we're also going to give you is this little nutrition and fitness checklist of questions. We send this survey to our clients near the end of a coaching package. Just lets us know, what are the wins they want to celebrate? What are the highlights? What did they first come in struggling with, and where are they now? One, we use that for quality assurance, but two, it is the great bare bones of an amazing Google review. So if you want to use our exact questions, again, I'll give you that QR code. Go grab the file. You can go swipe it and make it your own. And then if you do end up using this sort of check-in survey method, this is how it links into the Google review ask. What I might do with a client is actually sit down with their questions and be like, oh my gosh, look where you've started. Look at all these awesome wins that we can celebrate working together. Hey, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Do you want to take parts of what your answers already are? And would you mind just sharing that really positive feedback you left us privately as a more public Google review? So that's sort of our method, using client quality assurance with a little check-in form, but then you have to do the courageous ask. And think about it if the roles were reversed. If there was a service provider that was working with you and you were getting amazing care and you loved going to see them and you were feeling better than when you started, I think if they asked you to leave a Google review, you would want to do that for them. So we get really nervous. I used to be, when I started at least, really nervous to ask people. But then when I had my dog trainer ask me to leave a Google review of her services, oh my goodness, she made such a difference in our puppy's behavior. I was more than happy to do that for her. She very much deserved it. So remember, if you feel a bit nervous to ask, flip the roles if they're reversed. If you've done a good job, which is the important part, people are very happy to support you with this. But you have to ask. So that is strategy number 4. It is crazy, crazy effective. And finally, while we're in the courage of asking people for favors, is I did the 3 business card method. What does that mean? Well, I got a box of business cards made with my name, my contact info. And then what I challenged myself to do my very first year that I started out is every day that I had, my list of clients to work with face to face. Of course, we were a little deeper into a package, not off the initial assessment, is I would lay out 3 business cards per person that I was going to see. And I challenged myself to sort of slide the business cards across the table and again, ask that favor. Hey, just before you leave our appointment today, can I ask you a small favor? If I gave you 3 of my cards, would you mind passing them on to 3 friends, family members, colleagues, anyone that you think could maybe benefit from working with someone like me? Totally okay if you want to say no, but yeah, I'm trying to look for more awesome people just like you. And I wanted to make it easy to share my info if you've got anyone in your life that this could be a good fit for. Simple as that. Again, if you want a little bit of a script, we'll include that in your downloadable kit with the QR code. As well, maybe you're an online coach and that isn't as practical. The flip side of the asking for word of mouth referrals is to do what we call a 3-way email introduction. Super similar to the business card idea. So it goes like this. Hey, I was wondering if I could ask a quick favor of you. I'm trying to grow right now and I would love to work with more awesome people just like you. Is there anyone that comes to mind, a friend, a family member, a colleague, where you could maybe be my wingman, my wingwoman, and just do an introduction? Oh, awesome. I'm so glad there's someone that comes to mind. Okay, let's do this. Can I take a selfie with you really quick? We can do it on your phone, or if we're online, here, let's do a quick screenshot of the 2 of us on camera. That way, when you email your friend, it kind of puts a face to the name who I am. And then just to make your life easier, I'll send you a little script that's just like an intro of hey, this is my coach. I've been working with him or her for a while on this particular topic. I've really enjoyed it. I thought you guys might be a good fit. I'll let you take it away from there to share a little bit more about your nutrition coaching services or fitness services or whatever. If you want that exact email script, there's that QR code again. I'll link it down below. But that is the email introduction. And again, people are really happy and honored actually that you asked to introduce you to people in their life, because essentially they're sharing the gift of health with people that they care about. If you're serious about growing as a nutrition coach and getting way more clients and making a lot more money sharing your passion with others, then you're going to want to check out our Prosper Nutrition certification. Just by following some of the things like I taught you today, and there's way more packed inside our certification, I want you to get results like Charisse. Cherise signed up with no nutrition coaching experience, and in the first month, her gym was up 28 nutrition clients, and she had so much more confidence in her ability to work with others. Cases like Zach. Zach was a personal trainer. He was dabbling in nutrition coaching, but was struggling to make more than a couple $100 a month. He sent me this DM about 10, 11 months into going through our program, and this was his update. Jen, I just went through and added all the nutrition clients since May. I've done 92,678 since then. This is actually insane to see. And then Zach actually connected with me about 2 years later. Hey Jen, I have done roughly $290,000 since finishing Prosper, and my best month ever being $22,000. Go add your name to the waitlist. We'll link that down below at prospernutritioncoaching.com/certification. And we are so excited to help coaches like you absolutely crush it when it comes to being a lifelong career, high-earning nutrition coach. In summary, those are our 5 main takeaway strategies. Now, you might notice something really important I left off that list. That's social media. How come social media didn't even come into my top 5? Social media is important, but when I do the 80-20 analysis, these 5 things outperform posting on social media. But I don't want to leave you hanging because social media is an important strategy in this day and age. So what I thought I would do is break social media out into its own strategy, and I'm going to link that in the corner, and you can go dive into that next and learn about my social media strategy if I was trying to get 20 new clients in 30 days. But I hope that was super helpful. Again, lots of resources completely for free to hit the ground running. So make sure you go in, swipe those 5 files from us. There's lots of gold in there. And then I will see you in the next video as we dive into social media to get more clients. I'm Jen Broxterman. Thanks for hanging out.